But I do think that most of the instances where I've had male friendships, they've been interested in me, or there's something going on that's like, I just don't think, I think the more that you come into yourself as like your gender, the less you feel the need to be around people of a different gender. Like I could have like work friends who are men, and like people that I live with boys. But honestly, truly, I only connect with women. Like,
but that's why I say like a friend is a very loose. You can say you got work friends, you got couple school friends.
Yeah.
You can call them your friend, innit? But I don't think it's.
I think friend is
like my friends for life. My friends for life are women.
It's not realistic
They're all
to
women.
say like your friend, your best friend is like a.
I agree.
That's not.
Yeah. When girls are like, oh, he's my bestie. What do you think about that? A lot. Because how many girls have said to me, oh, he's my bestie. Oh, you're my bestie. This bestie. What does this bestie word mean? Like, why do girls use it so much?
This is what I'm trying to say, is that if a man is also saying, oh, she's my bestie, that's society who, like, men have become more feminine in a way where they can have those kind of friendships.
Yeah.
Does that make sense to you guys?
Do you think a man having a bestie who's a girl is him being more feminine, or do you think he just likes her? Like, what do you think?
I think what she's saying is.
I think if it's a genuine friendship, he is a bit more feminine.
Probably, yeah. You can relate to more.
If he genuinely is a friends with her, I think he's a bit more feminine in his nature, because to connect to a woman on a level where you can have a lasting friendship with her, you have to be more compassionate, more empathetic. You have to be
No.
So compassion and empathy are
because
feminine
that's
qualities.
wrong. That's wrong. That's
qualities.
completely wrong.
Yeah.
That's completely wrong. No.
Go on.
What you're saying is, I get the logic you're saying. I think you were cooking up until you tried to say compassion, empathy is feminine. You was cooking up until then, and the reason I'll say that is because this and
men need that as well.
Everyone has those same things. I think if we look at the most girlish kind of girl, like men and women fundamentally are different. The kind of things they do, the kind of things they are interested in, and versus women are completely different.
Yeah.
Obviously, you're going to have your exceptions, and it's going to be a spectrum. But in general, men are away and women are away. I think you're right for men in general to have the same kind of a friendship between a woman that they have with their male friends.
Yeah.
The woman has to be different to most girls, or women as a whole would have to change to what traditional men are. I think you're right that might have changed in it, because you might have your man them you bang ball with, right? You kick ball with them. Women have their sports in it, but men kick ball, right? All your man them that you kick ball with. Say now you have a girl in the mix. The girls, by definition, doing something that's not what most girls would do. I think that's right.
Yeah.
To go and waffle about compassion.
Okay, but I when I say he has to be more feminine to have a long lasting and deeper friendship with women, I just mean like not just the female qualities that are positive, but I've noticed that the men that I know who are genuinely good friends with women are also have the more negative female traits of like they're more manipulative, they're more able to gossip, and they're more into that kind of thing. And I do think that women are more socialized, and we like to be more to talk about those kinds of things. I don't know. I just feel like both positive and negative feminine qualities men have to maintain. I don't know if that makes is more palatable to you guys.
Vice versa for women, the masculine qualities that men have amongst each other.
Yeah.
Okay. I agree, maybe like 40 to 60%.
Because everything I say makes sense. I promise.
No.
Women
it's
always
not.
right.
It's not that it makes sense or it doesn't make sense. But
Yeah.
I think you're making logical jumps that I disagree with. But I think I'll agree with you. Cooked in it when you said some like men have
He's
become
gassing
a
me
little
up.
bit. But you cooked some and you banned quite a lot as well. Truth be told,
I burnt the rest.
Truth be told, but,
So do you think traditional gender roles still like apply today nowadays?
If we start
What
on this
the
topic,
problem-
I'll go for like 2 hours.
the problem is
I will
it's
go
not-
for 2 hours.
The problem ain't no. I think it's not because about tradition. It's about the way certain people want things to change in it. we live in this country 50 or 60 years ago, people were very religious. They were Christian. Like, you see the picture when the Prince Philip died, like the Queen's husband, innit?
Yeah.
Like, she's there in church. Like, think about how many people go church and believe in. People are very religious. That's where these masculine, feminine, traditional gender roles come from. That's largely where it comes from. People's idea of what a man should be largely comes from religion.
I disagree with that.
Yeah. Huh?
I disagree.
Okay, so quickly, Tom, where do you think traditional gender roles come from?
I think traditional gender roles started in the caveman. It started with biological.
There are evolutionary factors. Yes. There are.
No, but then it continued in society through like capitalism. And like
everything is capitalism.
No, because it makes sense. It makes sense.
No, I understand. Like, okay, you need one gender to give birth to the kids, and you can't have that same gender fighting and hunting. That's illogical. It's not. It's gonna.
If we had a communist society,
it's gonna wipe out the society.
Would you need people to compete for jobs and money? And no, you had the men who did that.
That's not as a result of capitalism, because
it is.
No. But that's as a result of you having
industrialization.
But
even
okay, so
before
then
that.
that's not as a result of capitalism, because that's the same concept due to evolution. When, like you said, in the caveman times, you need somebody to solely give birth to the offspring, and somebody else who's not with the offspring fighting and hunting. That's the same. That's
what I'm saying.
You can call that capitalism, but then you can't go into your neo-colonialism.
No, what I'm trying to say is it's the same thing being in the caveman era and being here. Only now we have jobs that people are fighting for rather than food and hunting.
That might breed the conditions.
What I mean?
That might breed the conditions for some gender roles. But when we talk about the gender roles, like who's in your caring roles, who stays at home and takes care of the children.
I guess religion does play.
That comes from religion.
Yeah.
And we still have that. We still have all of those same things. Like, men can't give birth; they'll never be able to give birth.
Yeah.
So the idea of caregiver and homemaker is still going to be loosely connected to women. That's not going to change. But we've moved away from religion in Western societies. So we've moved away from the idea of the nuclear family, and the man has to be the breadwinner and the woman has to be the caretaker. We've moved away from that, and that's more so the reason why we have less gender roles.
I think we moved away from it out of necessity. And
what do you mean by necessity?
Because
there was a cultural shift, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Not out. It doesn't necessarily benefit or negate. It comes with its own attributes.
It's definitely cultural as well, I think.
Yeah, there's a cultural zeitgeist. I'm saying, like, first wave feminism came, second wave women's working rights,
But I'm talking about like ethnic culture. There's certain cultures that still maintain that structure.
Yeah, but as a whole, like where we live, like we don't have that.
No. And what are you saying about it?
That's no, but because he asked, do you think? I can't remember what he asked in about. What he asked is, I've gotten into why we no longer, because you said it came from capitalism. I'm saying it's a function of maybe to some degree, but it's more of a function of religion.
I think after like World War as well, women had to take up roles of men. And
okay, let me chime in with this, right?
And also more accessible
things like say the right to vote, women having
voting,
that and working. If you actually look at women in that time, majority of women did not want to be made to do that stuff, because if you had to vote as a man, that means you're signing up to be in the fire brigade, you're signing up for conscription.
Yeah.
If your right to vote means that if the government calls you to war, you're gonna fight.
Yeah.
Women in that time, by and large, said, we don't want to have the right to work and vote if that means we're going to have to do all of this stuff. What would you say to that? Women were actually happier, statistically, apparently so. I've never cared enough to look into it myself, but women were happier not having to work and not being allowed to vote. If it meant that they